Hey there, how's it going? Today is day 55 of my 100-day inspiration challenge. So my fiance and I, we are going to Tony Robbins' virtual live event this week. And I am so excited. And so we have been listening to some Tony Robbins, and I want to share a quote that he says. So he says, "You get in life what you tolerate." And I want you to think about it in another way. You get in life what you allow. You know, life is not just a set of circumstances that are happening to you. Life is not just happening to you. You are in control of your life. You are in control of what you are allowing in your life, and you are in control of what you are settling for in your life. So this really applies to all aspects of life. And even going deeper than you get what you tolerate or you get what you allow, I want you to think of the idea you get in life what you believe you deserve. I remember when I first heard that, I was like, dang, I have been believing that I deserve so little, which makes sense why in past relationships I would allow guys to treat me like crap, because at that time my self-esteem was low. And so I took on that belief that I deserved that. And it wasn't like something that I was aware of. It was a subconscious thing. But in all aspects of life, whether it is your job, whether it is your relationship, whether it is yourself, you get in life what you allow. So I want you to think about the things. Are you happy with your job, with your relationship, with yourself? And not just happy, but are you excited? Are you inspired? Are you with a partner that inspires and encourages you? Or are you with somebody that cuts you down or calls you names or makes you feel bad? Because you don't deserve those things, yet you might be allowing them because you might be tolerating them. Same thing with your job. You might be working just a regular 9-to-5 job because that is what you've been told all your life that adulthood is like, that you just have to have a normal job. That might just be your idea of what being an adult is like, but you might hate it. You might be miserable. That does not have to be your truth. That is only your truth because you are tolerating it, because you are allowing it. But what if you had a job that actually excited you? What if you had something that you were passionate about? What if you were able to work from anywhere you wanted to? What if you were able to travel more? We tell ourselves these stories that, oh, life doesn't work that way, or, oh, I can't attract a certain person that is like that, or those guys, they already have partners. We tell ourselves these stories, but they are simply not true. They are simply excuses to keep us in our comfort zone. So, and even for yourself, this works, right? You get what you tolerate. If you tolerate yourself to be mediocre, if you give yourself excuses, oh, I'm not going to work out because I'm tired, or I need to take a break. You know, working out, it actually gives you energy. A lot of people use that excuse that they're not going to work out because they're too tired. But the thing is, you work out and then you're more energized. It is an amazing thing. So all of these excuses, all of these stories that we tell ourselves, they are just excuses. They are just keeping us in our comfort zone. We are settling for less than what we want. And maybe you don't even want more. And that, you know, it's fine to admit that, have that awareness, but like, are you really happy? Because if you're not truly happy in your relationship, with your job, or with your personal goals, then you're settling. So how can you step out of that? How can you decide what it is you want? You know, people always comment on my relationship, my personal relationship with my fiance. And I've been told that you guys are rare or you guys are special, and it doesn't work like that because we have a really amazing relationship and a lot of people can see it from the outside. And I used to, back in the day, believe that relationships were harder. I didn't know that it could be this easy, that it could be this fun. So I had a friend that told me, well, you guys are rare. And I thought about it, and why is it that we're rare? What what if a relationship should be easy? What if it should feel good from the beginning? And what if so many people in life are just settling for the wrong person because they're too afraid to wait for what they really want? And that goes with a job as well. We settle because we get scared rather than having courage, rather than waiting for what it is that we really want. When I lived in LA, I was pursuing acting, and I would take all of these jobs because I needed money to survive while I was pursuing acting. I would take all of these jobs that would end up taking my time and my energy away from acting because I allowed it. Because I was too afraid to declare and proclaim what I actually wanted. I was too afraid to own what I actually wanted, which was just to act, but aside from that, or before that, to have a job that fit well and aligned with my acting career, that gave me the time freedom to go on auditions when I needed to. And actually, I did find that at the end, and it's just so crazy that I waited so long to realize that I could have that. I didn't believe that I could find that, but you get what you allow. Everything is out there. There are people that have jobs, the things that you want. People have those jobs. The relationships that you want. People have those relationships. The habits that you want. People have those habits. So you need to let go of those excuses and take some personal responsibility. So I am going to help you do that. I've got 3 steps on how to take personal responsibility and to not just tolerate the things that are happening to your life, but to create the things that you want in your life. So the first step is get clear on what it is you want, whether it is relationship, whether it is personal, whether it is a job, or maybe it's all 3. I think it's good to have 3 separate things. Get clear on what it is you want. I remember in a man, I used to write down exactly what I wanted because I have been in so many bad relationships. So I learned from those things and I learned what I didn't want. So I started getting clear and specific on what it was I did want. I wrote those things down, and I wrote them down, so that I was aware of them, so that I knew what it was that I wanted, but also I wrote them down so I wouldn't settle, so that I held myself accountable. So the first thing is to get clear on what it is you want. The second thing is to own it. If it is whatever it is, own it. Tell people about it. Be proud of it. When I first hung out with my fiance, our first date, I said to him, I am ready to get married. And from my point of view, it wasn't, I'm not ready to get married to you, but I'm ready to get married. In my mind, I was like, it could be you, it could not be you. I don't really care, but my truth is I'm ready to get married. And I owned that fact because that was my truth and that was my reality. And it was his reality too, and so it worked out. But I owned it. You have to own it. You have to proclaim it. You have to be proud of it. You have to be confident in whatever it is you want. The third thing is not to settle. Do not settle. Do not give in. Be patient. It will come. If you are clear on it, if you are confident and you are talking about it, it is just a matter of time before that thing comes. If it's not coming, maybe there is something in your life that is testing you and you just have to pay attention to that thing. But whatever you do, don't settle. You'll just be wasting time. You'll be taking away from that thing that you really want. So, you get in life what you tolerate, but you don't have to tolerate what you have. You can have more meaningful experiences. You can have a better life that excites you, that is full of passion and joy. You just have to get clear on exactly what it is you want. You have to own it, and you have to have the courage to not settle and to stick with it. So thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Remember to keep showing up for yourself regardless of where you are, because if you do, there is nowhere that you can go but up. If you would like more free resources or inspiration, you can head over to my website, showuptogoup.com. Bye.